The Forest Remembers, a story about fire, stewardship, and Saskatoon's afforestation areas. Before the roads, before the subdivisions, before the walking trails, there was prairie, and then there were trees. Thousands of trees planted by people who believed that future generations deserved shade, shelter, habitat, and hope. Today's Saskatoon's afforestation areas are among the city's most remarkable ecological treasures. But this spring, 2 fires reminded us how quickly that legacy can be threatened. For decades, volunteers, naturalists, educators, and community members have worked to protect these urban forests. Many of the trees growing here today were planted by people who knew they might never sit beneath their shade. They planted for the future, for wildlife, for their grandchildren, for a city they hoped would remain connected to nature. Every tree tells part of that story. Every trail follows that story. Every bird that nests here depends on that story continuing. Then came the fires. Blackened grass, charred branches, smoke drifting across the landscape. The damage may not seem catastrophic at first glance. After all, many trees remain standing. Nature appears resilient, and it is. But every fire leaves a mark. Ground nesting birds lose habitat. Pollinators lose forage. Young trees and seedlings are damaged. The delicate web of life that makes an urban forest function is disrupted. The forest survives, but it remembers. And that raises an important question. How do we prevent the next fire? The answer begins with understanding how fires start. Many people imagine wildfires beginning with lightning strikes in remote wilderness. Yet, many vegetation fires begin much closer to home. A cigarette discarded, a fire left unattended, a spark carried by the wind. Something small, something seemingly insignificant until it isn't. On the prairies, spring can create perfect conditions for rapid fire spread. Months-old grasses remain dry. Strong winds move quickly across open landscapes. Humidity can be low. One spark can become a wall of flame, and by the time smoke is visible, it may already be too late. This is why firefighters often say the best fire is the one that never starts. Every emergency response involves risk. Every call requires resources. Every preventable fire diverts attention from other emergencies. When firefighters respond to a grass fire, they protect more than trees. They protect homes, people, wildlife, entire communities. Their work deserves our support. But prevention begins long before a fire truck arrives. Around the world, successful fire prevention campaigns have discovered something important. People protect what they value. Signs alone are not enough. Rules alone are not enough. The most successful campaigns create a sense of ownership, a sense of responsibility, a sense of belonging. They remind people that a forest is not someone else's problem. It belongs to all of us. When visitors see themselves as stewards, behavior changes. People become more careful, more aware, more connected. Consider what lives in these afforestation areas. Owls, woodpeckers, songbirds, bees, butterflies, countless insects that support the food web, small mammals, native plants. Each species plays a role. Together, they create biodiversity. Together, they create resilience. Together, they create an ecosystem that benefits every resident of Saskatoon, whether they visit the forest or not. cleaner air, cooler temperatures, carbon storage, stormwater management, mental health benefits, opportunities for learning and discovery. These forests give more than they take. So what can we do? The answer is surprisingly simple. Respect smoking bylaws. Respect fire restrictions. Dispose of smoking materials properly. Report smoke immediately. Share fire safety information. Support conservation efforts. Volunteer when opportunities arise. Most importantly, help others understand why these places matter. Because people protect what they care about. And people care about what they understand. Years from now, someone will walk beneath these trees. Perhaps they will hear a woodpecker. Perhaps they will photograph a rare bird. Perhaps they will simply enjoy a quiet moment away from the noise of the city. They may never know the names of the people who planted the forest, or the firefighters who protected it, or the volunteers who restored it, but they will benefit from their efforts. The question is simple. What legacy will we leave for them? Will we pass along a healthy, thriving urban forest, or will we leave behind stories of preventable loss? The next chapter has not yet been written. It begins with every visitor, every neighbor, every choice. Because protecting a forest is not a single action. It is a community commitment. And together, we can ensure that Saskatoon's afforestation areas continue to grow, recover, and inspire for generations to come. Protect our green spaces, prevent wildfires, respect nature, be a steward. One forest, one community, one future. Please like, subscribe, and share this video to help protect Saskatoon's urban forests. friendsareas.ca